So in terms of keeping your, whether it's your station or your cabin, your home, your salon clean, up to standard, because I'm sure, I see some awful pictures, or I'll go into salons and I'm thinking this is crazy that this is how they're keeping their standards. Have you got any tips on how to...
Clean surfaces. Just stop clutter. Don't use, if you're doing nails, try not to use towels, and because you've got to clean those after each client, right? So it's about keeping those standards high, making sure you sanitize your tools, making sure that you've got the right amount of tools as well. You're not using 4 or 5, you use 4 or 5 sets rather than using one. And inserts for your spas when you do feet, and gloves you're wearing. So just keeping those standards high, and that's normally how I retain a lot of my clients, because of cleanliness, for sure.
Vanessa, Emma, any tips?
That's actually pretty the same for us as well, really. Most of our clients make a comment about the cleanliness of the salon and the hygiene, and that we use a new tool for everybody. They pick up on these things. We dispose of every file. These things can be expensive, but it brings us more clients, so it balances out.
And what do you do when you're back to back, you're starting out, and maybe I do need that extra 5 minutes that I should have booked in, but I haven't. How do I stay on top of it? Because I imagine that what can sometimes happen is I get to the end of my day and I'm like, oh, this is a bit of a mess. Rather than, do you book time out for the therapist to clean up, or?
We do at the beginning and the end of every day. So there's a setup. It's a rigid setup and a rigid breakdown of the salon. No one can leave. There's a half an hour slot at the start of the shift and at the end of the shift. Okay. So everybody gets really busy, and there's a whole list, and it's at the back, so no one can forget what to do. And it's done every single day. And all of us are part of that process. But during the day, when sometimes we get really busy and it's back to back, we just all have to chip in. If someone's moved into another chair to do another client, we clean up that area that was left behind. Okay. And we just keep doing that.
And how do you make it work, Sophie? Does everyone look after their own station?
Yeah, pretty much everyone looks after their own. If you are back to back, I'll normally, because obviously one sheet of couch roll for like the nail table for each client. So I'd look at my diary for the day. If I am back to back, I'd make sure I've got all those for each client, one piece of couch roll pulled up, and then fold it up and put to the side so that I can just quickly clean up. I tend to use method spray because it smells so good. Yeah. So when they come in, they're like, oh, what is that? And it's like, oh, it's our cleaning spray. So they'll ask, and then we say, and then they know
it's clean.
It's clean, yeah.